Hey everyone, we're going to take a quick break and talk about our sponsors for the month, AMP Agency. AMP is a full-service digital marketing agency that specializes in tour, rental, and destination marketing.
We would not have sponsors on the show if we could not vouch for them ourselves. AMP Agency does a bunch of stuff for Destiny Water Adventures personally. I 100% vouch for this guy. I've handed them over to other companies in the past before they officially became a sponsor, and they have had nothing but great things to say. If you guys are doing your own marketing and doing a piss poor job of it, do yourselves a favor. Hand yourselves over to AMP Agency, specifically Steve Edwards, their CEO, will call you personally and have a great conversation with you about what you guys need to do for your marketing.
Listen, guys, they do pretty much everything in digital marketing: website development, maintenance, Google AdWords, PPC, graphic design, social media management, SEO, and a myriad of other things. When you choose a marketing company, it's so important to choose a company that knows your industry. And AMP Agency knows activity marketing, especially water sports and tours. They got a promo going for Awkward Watersport Guy listeners for their managed websites. Use promo code Awkward Podcast when you go to amp.agency. Again, that's amp.agency, promo code Awkward Podcast. You get 3 months free and get started with AMP Agency. All right, guys, let's get back to the show.
So a couple weeks or a month ago, somebody posted this picture of these people in a jacuzzi looking boat, and to be like completely transparent, like a couple of the guys in the group are dragging it a little bit, you know, and I'm the first person to jump on that train. Like if I haven't seen it before, like in fact, Greg and I just did an episode about products in the water sport industry, and basically I gave everything thumbs down. I'm like, if it's new and innovative, I'm like, that's dumb, man. Like stick with what we're jet ski rental, boat ski rentals. But honestly, and even if you look at the posts and in the comments, I was like, man, this actually looks kind of cool. Like if I was in Chicago, like I was with my wife, like I would kind of check this out. So Greg, I think did some due diligence and hunted down Alex here and found out a little bit about his company. So today, those of you guys who are listeners of the show and active in our group will know this man from the post that he probably didn't even realize that his company was being involved inside of our group a couple weeks ago. We got Alex, the founder and CEO of Spacruzzi. How are you doing, Alex?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Thanks, guys, for having me on. And I'm really grateful for being a part of your platform here.
Awesome. Yeah. So, as always, I'm joined by Greg. He is here. Don't be afraid, guys. Don't think it's going to be Kevin the Loudmouth and poor Alex from Spacruzzi, just me like drilling into him or giving him a hard time about something as I'm known to do.
Just to preface this, we love the hot tub. I mean, I love the hot tub. Everyone
Greg
that
loves
listens to the show knows I love hot tubs. So this is kind of exciting to have a hot tub water sport boat on our show.
Which is weird because I don't like hot tubs and I don't like boats. It's a well-known fact that I don't spend a lot of time on a boat, but I was like, this would be cool. Like in Chicago, I think this would be neat. This would be something that you would actually catch me doing, which is kind of rare. So Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from and how long you've been in business, man.
So this Spacruzzi was on the back of a cocktail napkin 17 months ago in a Basque restaurant, the JT in Gardnerville, Nevada. We went through a half dozen iterations before we came up with a final type of product, our production product. And we went through about 9 months worth of really heavy regression testing, literally daily, in all different types of weather, through winter all the way through summer, shoulder seasons, of course. And my own personal background, I come from consumer products. I was in the casino gaming industry for a number of years, founded some technology companies, took them to liquidity events. And actually, this was the genesis of Spacruzzi. I was doing a digital platform for some home sharing companies. We were getting ready to start a couple of platforms in test markets. Came across that hot tub boat concept, which isn't new. They've been on barges and wooden and plastic boats, a lot of retro, but nobody did it right. Nobody did something that was really interesting. And having been building boats with my own boat builder for my own personal use, old classic cruisers and so forth, we got together and we just started making boats. And we finally came up with this iteration, and it is a pretty exciting product, and we're really proud of it.
So I got to ask why. So I'm really big on alliteration. So why is it Spacruzzi and not Jacuzzi?
There was some trade by attorney. Actually, we went down that route. We had a list of names, and I literally had a counsel there, and I said, "Can we do this one? No. Can you do this one? No. Can we do this one?" We finally came up with a name. It's stuck. It seems to be pretty popular out there, and we went with the brand Spacruzzi.
Is Jacuzzi, is that like a brand, not a...
Yeah, it's part of, it leads into some other, proprietary protected companies.
Gotcha. Man, I love how smart you are, man. Normally guys in our spots, like we're such, the water sports is such a beg for forgiveness, not ask for permission type of industry that I've seen guys straight up just like jack the Disney logo and use their D, you know what I mean? I'm like, that's close to getting in trouble, but fuck you, I don't care, man.
We have all of our product, by the way. We actually created a intellectual property library, all the way starting with provisional patents on the boats and the functionality. So we have utility and design, all the way to the trademarks and so forth. So we're trying to create a product that we can take long, really start to build value for enterprise operations, the guys that are part of your community. And, let's be frank, we're in business to make money. And these things, I look at them as when I was in the casino business, I look at these Spacruzzi luxury experience hot tub boats as really high-end slot machines that make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a day. So that's what we set out to do. We set out to do that in making a product that was just really extremely alluring, a super high quality of hygiene compliance and extreme safety in our design and architecture.
Are you tired of spending countless hours managing your water sport and boat rental reservations manually? Is your current system outdated or doesn't provide the necessary features that your business requires? Hi, I'm Greg Fisher, the CEO of WaveRes, an online reservation software built by operators for operators. With our system, you can offer 24/7 online booking to your customers, allowing them to book and pay for their rentals at their convenience. You can also send SMS notifications to your customers, keeping them updated on their reservation status and any changes that may occur. Custom options and dynamic pricing enable you to offer tailored packages to your customers, helping you stand out from your competitor. Plus, our system integrates with companies like Werewolf Digital Waivers and TripShock, streamlining your operations and ensuring a seamless booking experience for your customers. Our software is the best choice for water sport and boat tour operators, as it is designed to cater specifically to your needs. So why waste any more time on manual reservation management? Try WaveRes today and take your business to the next level. For a limited time, mention this ad and receive a $100 credit when you sign up. Check out waveres.com for more info or to schedule a free demo. Now let's get back to the show.
Let's kind of jump into the product, because there are others, I'm not going to say similar, but hot tub themed boats out there. We've seen some in Fort Lauderdale, and it really was just like a deck boat, which they just fitted a hot tub on top of it. I mean, didn't look like there was a lot of thought put into it like you have with your spot. Like, it looks like a legitimate hot tub in on the water. Like the way that it's built, like you can tell a lot has been put into the design and the quality of the product compared to some of the other ones out there. So maybe walk us through the product design and what you really wanted to have your users get out of it.
Well, first and foremost, it all comes down to safety. We know this industry, the water sport industry, it can be challenging with risk mitigation and management and so forth. So we started, as I indicated, iterating boats when we first came up with our first design. But we actually brought in maritime expertise through Lloyd's Professional Services, and we designed the boat to include special, bulkhead technology design, Ectar types of composites for strength and durability. The boat is actually filled with foam, really high grade closed cell foam. What you basically have is a vessel that is unsinkable, tippable, and has the $1 million luxury finishes. So that took a long time to perfect. And again, we really regression tested the boats and tried to break them, tried to really put it through the paces. And in a previous life, my family, back in the late 70s, early 80s, my godfather, invented what you see as the rental steam cleaner in every single supermarket on the planet. We built for major brands, which included Hartz Mountain and Thermax. And so it's the Rug Doctor type of a product out there that was really durable in the rental market, very easy to work on. So we compartmentalized all the systems, easily exchangeable. And the systems that we're using on Spacruzzi are literally exchangeable if there's any issue, but very highly durable in the market. So from a design perspective, we went the distance with the professionalism. From the components, we wanted to make sure that these boats are running. Again, like a slot machine making money, if it's not working on the floor, it's not making money. Spacruzzi is expected not to have your regular rental day of 9, 10 o'clock in the morning to 4 or 5 in the afternoon, but to include these bookends, the early morning mimosa cruise or later in the evening romantic, and your day should be a 14-hour day.
So, Alex, the boats, they're not captain vessels. And I think that's the difference between some of the other hot tub boats that I've seen, is that there might be 2 hot tubs and then a captain and a crew. These are individual, they're like rentals, like renting any other boat. You are the captain. There's looks like an electric motor on it. Can you kind of walk us through that?
Yeah. So we use an electric propulsion. Right now we are zeroed in on a Torqeedo brand electric propulsion system that basically allows that boat to operate. There's a lot of waterways that people don't want combustion engines, and there's issues for that. We knew that we wanted to have something stealth, something quiet. These boats, you're not going more than 2, 3, 4, 5 miles an hour. What the guest user experience, really, they want to get away from the shoreline and dockside and really kind of enjoy what's going on out in the boat, whether it's in the wintertime. Heck, we have some private individuals that we've sent down to Florida, and you guys had some just extreme 100-degree weather and 100-degree humidity index. And I got a call. I said, Alex, can we put cold water in? And I said, well, of course you can. So he made his into a cool spa, and he used it every day. And so that's a little bit about that system, the propulsion. Didn't mean to digress. Sorry about that.
What's the decking? What are you guys using on that deck for the decking?
So that's a seafoam.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. And, we actually, the first iterations, we had some real teak, and obviously very expensive and just didn't make sense. And, we've had operators that say, well, you know what? I love this, but I may want to change it down the road. And I said, well, it's as easy as stick on. And so we have a process in giving folks the ability to do that. Yeah.
And seafoam really it holds up for a long time. That's what I thought it was, and it looks great, and it's like
it really does.
It's not hard on your feet, and I mean, not that you're. And look, Alex only giving us like $10,000 for us because you guys are probably like, where's Kevin going to give this poor guy a hard time? Because usually there's a point in the show where I'm like, let's give this guy a hard time about something. But I got nothing, man. Like I'm a real intent. I'm very much about intent, So it's like I love it when you get people that are like, really, you seem like super passionate about this and super excited about it, And it's like, I hope it gets some legs. How long have you guys been in business for?
Again, yeah, around 17, 18 months. We really last year we decided. We planned on 100 boats, so we literally put that out into the wild, and we've just finished delivering our last dozen boats this past month. And incidentally, those were the first group of boats actually went to visionaries, early adopters, and those folks were, high net individuals, actors, Academy Award winners, sports heroes, some of the billionaires that we literally read about every day or see on TV. a lot of these people have their own waterways, and they were really kind of early in. But what we realized is that people were starting to, snoop around on the rental aspect of it, as there's, a few, like Greg was saying, a few of these operations that are around the country. One, obviously, San Diego. I'm sure there's some in New York and Florida. Up in Washington, there are a couple of operations, and actually one operation that has bought our boats on Lake Union, and they basically took a design, a teardrop design, kind of similar to ours, and they basically burn wood logs. There are some other older, again, old wood boat type of looking boats that use, the diesel heating elements and systems. And we knew that we needed something really stealth, something comfortable, and that's where we went with.
Is that a solid fiberglass hull? Or is it fiberglass and wood?
Yeah. So our first initial boats, we're right in the midst of changing our manufacturing. We're going to scale right now. So we're actually building vacuum forming machines right now with ABS acrylic types of composites that we'll be building these boats with. We still glass at the inside of these things before we foam them and put them together and so forth. But there's a real high integrity in the build itself. The quality of the boat, I'm pretty proud of. It's pretty exciting. I don't want to get on a boat that has any possibility of having an issue sinking. And trust me, when my wife said that, no, I'm not going to go out and tell you that you can guarantee that this won't sink, that's what I had to get to.
What's a base model? What's on average? What's one cost?
You're looking at about $58,500. And we have a package with it. Now, when you look at a boat that, by the way, is renting 2, 3, 4 times a day, sometimes 5. And the average rental rates are anywhere between, $340 to $550, depending on what day of the week and time of day. And then wrap it around that you've got a year-round product. Again, I kind of go back to that, there's a high ROI, and this is a pretty exciting opportunity. And I am excited about this. I'm really passionate about this. I wrapped up a technology company just to do just this. This is exciting times.
What was the technology company?
I had a company by the name of JoinGo. We sold that to Sightline. I started a company called Mobierge. And Mobierge, we were building software tools, digital tools for loyalty, special bookings, and so forth. I wrapped that up and pushed it off into private equity to do just this project.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from the Awkward Watersports Guys and TakeMyBoatTest.com, the only Florida owner-operator boater safety test provider. At Take My Boat Test, we're more than just a test. We're your partners in safe boating and operation. As livery and boat rental professionals ourselves, we understand the importance of navigating our waters responsibly. That's why we've created a boater safety test tailored specifically for Florida's visitors and Florida operators. But that's not all. We're proud to offer the highest commissions in the industry to our partners, because when you succeed, we succeed. Visit TakeMyBoatTest.com/partner-program for more information on how to join our growing network of safe boating partners, or email Kevin at TakeMyBoatTest.com to learn more. Don't wait. Take the first steps toward a safer, more enjoyable boating experience in Florida today. TakeMyBoatTest.com, where Florida boaters become certified operators.
Wow. So I got some questions. I want to talk about the rental model.
Yeah.
Because I know some people probably are asking about it or thinking about it. But just to address the questions in the group. So someone posted the article from your Chicago operator, and the questions were all kind of focused on sanitation. Mm-hmm. And safety regarding like the use of the hot tub and the filtration. And you seem to be very passionate about that aspect and proud of your vessel, and kind of walk us through why the sanitation and the health side of it is top notch.
That's a great question. So we looked at this in two different fashions. One, we knew that these boats were going to go into areas or jurisdictions and states that have really restrictive and strict regulations about chemicals, about discharge, and things of that nature. That's why we really kind of chose to do all our regression and process through the state of Nevada, Lake Tahoe. and it has the highest regulations, or the most strict, I should say. So we kind of started at the toughest space, and we met the boat's environmental concerns, be it electric, we're not polluting, the discharge is not from the tub itself, and I'll speak to those different systems that we use. We actually let our buyers of the system choose what they want depending on what their location is. But when you move into the sanitation, to the hygiene compliance, we wanted to make sure that we were at the highest level. And so our boats include whether, again, depending on what the customer wants, we basically have a mega chloro, which is a system that uses salt, a light-based salt, an all-natural cleaning system that is extremely pleasant to the environment. We also have an ozone system that we use when a person wants that, depending on where they are, all the way down to a UV ray type of system. So the customer has the ability to choose what they want. Between rides, it's a matter of a standard operating procedure where people that are wiping down the boat and turning the boat on to clean the system, they can basically pH strip this, show the guests that are getting on board that it meets all the compliance and, is a clean and sanitized unit. And by the way, I did read that, the Facebook, which was great. I like it. And Kevin, listen, I love it when people are busting my balls, because we should be doing that. That is the best money that I can have. Best capital I can have is getting critiqued to make this product better. So, again, I welcome anybody's thoughts and that may be listening, and the two of you guys, but that makes this product that much better.
Yeah, they. What did they say? I gotta pull up. I gotta pull up. We got like.
I think it was just more based on perception. I just think they assume that it's like a hotel hot tub that's not clean. I think that's. And so Alex, do you think that that's going to be the biggest challenge with selling this? Is getting people past the fact that this is not like your everyday hot tub?
So, great question. Here's the demographic: 18 to 55 women. That's the demographic who are renting this, and it's not one time, it's multiple times, coming back for the anniversary, the birthday party, the corporate retreat, the romantic evening. And the fact that operators are including in their operational plan standard operating procedures of, hey, at the end of the day, we're going to dump this water, we're going to refill it, and we're going to have clean water the next day. During that period of day, we are going to keep that water as clean as possible, and do it utilizing these three systems or a combination of them, and prove to each group, every one of the 4 or 5 groups that are going out, that it's that clean, and have them recognize it. That seems to be a generally accepted way right now.
What's funny, Alex, is that those same people that are probably commenting about the cleanliness are the same that go to water parks, that go to public pools at hotels and resorts.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got one for you. How many hours do you get out of the pump?
Out of the pump,
the spa pump, the actual pump that powers the jet pump that powers the bubbles.
So there's would you guys let me go through I'll give you the kind of the layout on the boat, the systems, and it'll answer that. Okay,
go for
cool.
it.
But to answer your question directly, the internal water treatment system that is located within the hull itself, which includes a controller, heater pump, and a filtration system, that is actually plugged into shore power. So when the boat leaves the dock, that is no longer in operation. What then goes into operation, Kevin, is a propane heating solution, which is located at the bow of the boat. There's a, Coast Guard approved propane compartment and so forth. And that propane system, the heater, basically pushes water in a very slow, methodical way, very quiet, not to disturb the ride and so forth. So there's 2 different systems that are basically working, one while it's at dockside and the other one when it's underway.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I just got to the post. Yeah, no, I actually drug you. I'm sorry, I did. I was like, Chicago hire season is 8 days. We rent boats, homicide, and crippling depression. Sounds about on brand for me.
So
let's see. I guess I just thought something nice about it. No, okay, I said it. Here I go. To be fair, this looks kind of fun if I'm being entirely honest. I did say that. And then so where's the bathroom? Legionnaire's disease. Cholera. Didn't cholera get wiped out? Is cholera even still a disease? This guy's worried about typhoid.
So these rides being, 90 minutes to 2 hours, there's a there's a standard operating procedure when people are getting onboarded that they describe, hey, please use the restroom, blah, blah, blah. It's a process of getting the person on, and that is getting shaken out right now. Remember, this is really kind of an early in type of product. Ideally, you want to be able to turn a boat in about 45 minutes to an hour. We're starting to see that shrink right now to make it a faster turnaround. That's based on some product improvement that we're doing to the internal water treatment system and just to the general boat itself, be it the power and propulsion, that type of thing.
Man, I can't wait to post this episode, and I'm going to tag everybody that was talking shit in that thread. This guy's way smarter than all of us, guys.
We're gonna have to respond to that post with the link. But I want to talk, for the remainder of the show, Alex, I want to talk about the rental model, because you decided that you are not going to do a franchise. You're just going to sell these, directly, and it doesn't matter. You're not going to give anyone territories. What is the reason? Why not a franchise model?
I'm a competitor. You guys clearly have your own products. You have your own platforms that you run, and you're successful with it because you're aggressive. And giving someone a territory is like giving the kid the free spot out in the outfield to sit out there and watch chase butterflies out there. I like people that compete. And if people are competing with our boats and are making money, they're going to buy more boats from me, and they're going to grow, and they're going to be able to protect their own territory through their own choice of being great business people.
And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just like, it's a completely different business. So it seems like you're into product manufacturing. Yeah. And you want to scale a boat business, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. You know what? I'll revert back to the gaming industry, casino business, when I'd have manufacturers of slot machines come in and say, hey, we want to participate in the profits of your business. You buy the machine, you pay the overhead. And I'd look at them and I'd say, you're crazy. And it just drove me nuts. So I'm taking it to this industry, and this isn't just a rental jet ski or boat. This product, I really look forward to, I'm going to make sure you guys get on one soon, but this product is an experience. It is an experience like no other experience that you've ever had. We all love to be, well, except you, Kevin, on the water or in hot tubs. Well, call it what you want. You may have some interesting company in there for you. So being in the hot tub is a great time.
I love a hot tub privately. Like, me and my wife in a hot tub is great. Like, that's why I said I thought this was cool, because like I love I love the backdrop of Chicago. I personally love the city of Chicago. I like Chicago, even though I was giving it a hard time about it. I'm from Detroit, so
okay.
Just Chicago for us when I was a kid growing up, like when I was in my teens and wanted to venture out in the world, like Chicago was like the closest thing to New York that we had. So firstly, I like Chicago. And secondly, like, I think it would be cool, and I don't even drink, but like if I did, me and my wife sitting in there, like having some wine or something like that. And like, and if you were to build like a highly curated, sort of bespoke, if you will, like small boutique style business of like where you're like, maybe like, and again, very high end. And you have like a bottle of wine or some, what do you got? A charcuterie board, however you pronounce that, like that type of thing. Like so it sounds like to me, and tell me if I'm not mistaken, is like, again, you're in you want to be in the product manufacturing side, but you want to see entrepreneurs sort of take this and create like their own experience for what works for them, rather than try and, as we call it, pitching the bitch on a marketing, Spacruzzi is the latest innovation, you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like you're more, I personally think that's a much better play for a product like this.
This, there could be, up in Chicago, again, these last dozen boats that we've pushed out into the market, and right now, guys, we're ramping up manufacturing here in the next 90 days to start, into production again. But these boats that are now in the rental, one being in Chicago, their success, they're booked out for 2 months ahead, 2.5 months, I think they were telling me just the other day. There's an operation starting up in Texas. There's another one in the Midwest, and up in Washington, as I mentioned, Lake Union, Lux, hot tub boats up there. They're doing those things just like Chicago, of the charcuterie board, the wine, the champagne, something really comfortable. But again, there's so much going on in the boat. That's nice to have, and people are going to conform their marketing and what they include just kind of based on their location and what they're selling. Remember, it's a luxury experience. It's one of you're not in a tin boat.
Yeah, because like imagine if you're like in like one of these like really like picturesque areas where you could put it on the water. So when you said 14 hours, I was like, that's a lot. That sounds like a lot. It sounds like a long day. I can't do anything for 14 hours. Yeah. But regardless, like I could see where, if you were to put this thing on like an area that wasn't saturated, like that lakes, this product I kind of see like, lakes and like some city rivers. Like when people talk about boat rentals, like on the Chicago River, Detroit, like I'm always like, what? But I could see where a product like this could actually go into a marina, where if you had to pitch a marina owner on it, or like even like a yacht club, or more high end scale, where they're historically opposed to commercial activity, and you're like, no, we're doing this on the dock, and we're doing this kind of like high-end type of, I could see where a lifestyle business could come into play on this, and that could be a real niche thing. It's just really interesting.
So, Alex, tell us about, you have, I was going to say franchisees, but it's not a franchisee, but you have an operator that has a couple of these units in Chicago. Tell us about how they are making a business out of it. What's the price point? How often are they renting them? Like, tell us a little bit about the economics and the operation.
Yeah, so they're a 5-day-a-week operation. They start at noon. Their pricing structure is a minimum 2 hours, starting at $189. They have a certain amount of upsell to that product, whether it be insurance or some sort of an amenity. And what they've done as building a business in the summertime on the Chicago River, it's a madhouse. It's a high traffic, ton of boats around. But in the wintertime, there's no one there. I mean, it's very, very sparse in terms of any traffic. So they decided to do an operation on the river in the wintertime, and the people are coming. And they are booking, and they're all 5-star smiles when they get off of this. That operation, the Chicago Electric Boat Company, they also have other operations around the country as well as on the river, up higher inland. And so in the summertime, they will actually move the hot tub boat rentals to that newer location and expand in that area, then come back down in the next winter.
So how did you connect with these folks? Did they seek out your product?
I like I said, I've done a lot of things in my life, everything from selling vacuum cleaners door to door to running casinos. And make no mistake about it, if you're not knocking on somebody's door or asking the question, would you be interested? Let me tell you how I can help your business. Let me tell you how I can make you more money. That's exactly what I've had to do, just like you guys. I mean, you guys are self-grown. There's no difference.
Yeah. So tell me how. So obviously you've only been in business for a year and a half, but so I don't want to sound negative Nancy here because I do think the product's really neat. I think the price point comes in. It does look like a really great build. And I think I love seeing innovation in water sports. However, I'm bearish on innovation in water sports because I've seen a lot of products in my years come and go. So do you see like a decay in the product insofar as like, so you mentioned like high end, you guys are selling to people who have yachts, right? So this is a toy that could go on could come along with a yacht, like a flyboard or one of these things. So do you see that being like a novelty and you having to like pivot you to more of like the business and rental side? Like what does that look like? Or are orders just coming in like crazy?
Yeah, well, actually orders are coming in like crazy. And to share a little bit more, we have a product roadmap, and, Spacruzzi, the first iteration of boats that you're seeing right now that are full production and in full utilization, we're constantly improving that. But our product roadmap includes some interesting designs that will be able to sit on the back in almost the same footprint as a jet ski on somebody's, 60 footer, all the way to the 150 foot boats that they can keep underneath in their storage. Our product roadmap also includes everything from some multimedia, visual. We've got some area for display, visual screen display, automation and wireless to be able to turn these things on with your iPhone. That's happening right now, all the way to autonomous self-driving AI products that are out there right now. There's a number of companies that have maritime self-driving vessels. We've actually been in discussions with them and just having it on our roadmap where, who knows, one of these days on a calm lake that you may not have all the traffic, you can put these things on a carousel and op them virtually.
Every captain on the planet right now is just like, oh, no! I'm not one of them because at that range, like I think from 6 hours, I could swim to that boat. It looks like it goes so slow.
It does.
It'll be fine. AI in a way. I'm not worried about it.
What % of your sales are commercial and what % are private or residential?
Well, 10% have been a commercial. Like I said, these last dozen that went all commercial. Everything before that was the high net folks or the early people that were early in.
Yeah.
Now it's different. We're focusing on the commercial aspect of it as we want this product to grow. We know that being out in the public in an enterprise operation, we're going to get much greater exposure. They're going to be seen more, and therefore we'll benefit from a higher exposure and higher sales for the private use.
And my last question, what's a lead time look like?
So the lead time to the boats right now are dependent on when you get in line to secure your place in order. We're going to build 300 to 400 boats this year. We'll start that manufacturing process in about 90 to 100 days. We're already halfway through those orders. We take a $2,500 deposit down. It guarantees your spot to get into production. Once we actually print that boat and start putting it together, we give you the date, 30 days from now, this boat will be done or sooner. Then you put down your half down. And then when the boat's ready to go, we work with the buyer on shipping and logistics, and that boat, it's on its way to them after the boat's paid for.
Where in the country are you doing the manufacturing at?
So we're doing all the production up in Polson, Montana. We did a lot of regression testing on Flathead Lake up there. Our manufacturing, of course, is centralized. It's a great environment for labor. People are government is friendly to business up there. We build a lot of the hardware in Nevada, a lot of the fabrication, and then of course we have our different sources for the systems that come from a number of different American-made companies.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, well, it sounds like you guys are off to the races, and they got a smart guy at their helm, man. It's really interesting.
You're too kind, and I will say this: I'm really blessed with my wife. She's a tough cookie, and she reminds me. She said she looked at me when I wrapped up that technology. She said, "Do just one thing," and I said, "What's that, honey?" She says, "Don't fail." So I don't have any choice. I got to make it happen. And we're having a lot of fun doing it. Again, can't wait for you guys to get on this thing. It's a lot of fun, and I'm grateful for you guys having me on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for taking the time. How can people reach out? How can they get a hold of you if they want to buy 10 of them and stick them in Destin?
So they can go to the website, spacruzzi.com, SPACRUZZI.com. You can fill out a form, the sales inquiry. There's instructions. There's for a deposit, but more than that, give you a good idea what the boat's characteristics are like. And you can basically get in line to get into a boat. I'm happy to have a conversation with anyone that calls me. I'm a big proponent in sharing.
Are you the salesman for the company too?
Absolutely. I
can tell.
And
awesome.
if you are a rental operator, just keep in mind that you rent these just like you would a jet ski or a boat in terms of what you need. If just you're in Florida, people need to take a boater's test, so they need to get one of Kevin's temporary tests. They need to have the proper insurance, all that stuff.
Greg.
So I'm just gonna. But I want to just make it clear that these are not chartered vessels. They're rented just like any other vessel. So if you're interested, talk to Alex here and see if it's a fit. You know that I will be a customer if you buy one locally here, because I love hot tubs. So
man, we're gonna reach out to you for the next conference, dude. Like, how badass would it be to have one of those things at the conference?
Awesome.
Greg?
Yeah,
I'll be
that's the whole reason
in
Greg
the show
brought you on.
in the showroom. I will be in that. I will be
inside of it.
Well, you can fill it up with some interesting talent too. It's all about marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, Greg is all the talent. It's just him in there alone. He's wearing a Speedo. He's got a come hither look in his eye.
You guys are great. Hey, listen, I'm glad I'm not drinking anymore either, Kevin.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's right, man. Well, hey, thanks again so much for coming on, Alex. And it's just alex@spacruzzi.com. Is that how they want to email or get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. Alex@spacruzzi.com, or just go to spacruzzi.com. You guys can get to me. And hey, I'll be thinking about this Miami show in October, and the Arrival show down in San Diego. And I look forward to talking to you guys. Kevin and Greg, again, thank you. You guys are great.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Great show. Thanks, Alex.
Take care.
As always, guys, keep it awkward. Thank you.
Do it.